Hey world, welcome to episode 4 of Simple Vegetarian Eats. I know it's been a while, but I didn't forget. Today's the perfect day to film. It's rainy. Well, it was raining. Maybe it's still raining. It's dark outside now, so I don't know now. But I was out there for a bit earlier today and it was raining. So yeah, perfect day to film and make episode 4 of Simple Vegetarian Eats. So let's get into it, okay? So today we're going to make sweet mashed potatoes. I don't eat regular potatoes like bacon potatoes and all that because those kinds of potatoes don't have no nutrients in it, no vitamins, nothing. And our body needs nutrients, it needs vitamins, it needs fantastic stuff, okay? It needs great stuff, okay? So all that the bacon potato has is starch, and starch has no nutrients in it and it's unhealthy for your body, okay? I know that I'm pointing, but I need a point to get my message across, okay? Do your research. We're not going to go into that. The video is going to be extremely long, but go into that, and we already know that this video is going to be long because cooking videos are always long, okay? So yeah, sweet mashed potatoes is what I'm going to make. I already turned on the stove and the water is boiling. I'm so excited. This stove over here, like this circle right here, takes forever. This one I notice is pretty fast. So I'm going to plop the potatoes, the sweet potatoes in there. I am using the orange sweet potato. I believe there's also a yellow one, right? So I'm going to plop that in there. But before I plop that in there, I'm going to give you guys a close-up of all the ingredients. So these are all the ingredients and some of my tools, as you can see, that I am going to be using to make my sweet mashed potatoes. So it's not just going to be the sweet potato here. We're going to add all this wonderfulness to it. And as you can see, I cut the sweet potatoes in half, okay, and I also poked holes in it with a fork. That way when it cooks, it will cook faster. Don't mind these brown bits. We'll deal with that when it's time to deal with that, okay? Yeah, so I'm using fresh Callaloo. The fresh Callaloo is so much better than Callaloo in a can. And you can also taste the difference between the canned Callaloo and the fresh Callaloo. In Canada, it only comes in the summertime. Obviously, it gets shipped from another country over here, obviously. So this is the fresh one. I recommend it. It's really good. I have more in my freezer part of the fridge. So this is only half of the bag, okay? And it's fresh. It's just already chopped up and everything. Okay, next is tuna. So I have 2 cans of tuna in here, okay? I have a bag of green peas. You can use fresh green peas, but I feel like this one and the fresh one is good. I got this one. It will do. So a bag of green peas. This is the sweetlets, okay? And then we're going to be using some pesto because pesto makes everything taste good. We're going to use Italian seasoning. Okay, I always use Italian seasoning. That's my staple. Some paprika, some jerk, you know. We're going to use some jerk. We're going to use some vegan butter, okay. And we're going to use some sea salt. I always put sea salt in my cooking. We're going to use olive oil. Like I always use these things. These things are like the staple things in my cooking. and Italian seasoning and all that is my staple. So I'm using those, okay? And of course I have my cooking spoon, my fork. Chickpeas, I already washed it. So you guys know, I already washed these things, okay? So I already washed this and I took the skin off of the chickpeas as much as I can. The sweet potatoes I already told you about. And here we have white onions. It doesn't matter what onion you use. I'm just using white onions. But I have noticed that each onion that you use gives a different flavor to your dish. So I'm using white onion today, okay? Some orange bell pepper. And in here I have, I think this is it right here. No, it's not. Maybe here. Right here. See, I have some garlic in there too that I chopped up. You can even use a garlic crusher. That would be so much better. So it's more crushed, you know, but I don't have a garlic crusher, so that will be just fine. So these are all the ingredients I am using. My pot of water is boiling. I know it looks dirty, but trust me, it's not. It's clean. Okay, I always wash my stuff. It's clean. My pot of boiled water is boiled and I'm so happy. So don't judge me, please. And then I have my other pot here with nothing in it yet, and we're going to use this to cook up all the vegetables and everything. Okay, so yeah, those are my ingredients, okay? Now I'm going to plop the sweet potatoes in this pot, and then I'm going to use my lid to close up the pot so that the heat gets trapped inside the pot and will help speed up the process with cooking the sweet potato. By the way, I know you guys could see the microwave, the tea, probably my cell phone, all that stuff over here, but I was trying to make space on this side and not feel so like cramped. So that's what I did. Let's pop the sweet potato in here before it gets too late. By the way, for those who are new to my channel or visiting my channel, you know, for those who don't know, I hate eating late. I hate eating past 8 o'clock, but for some reason, every time I do these cooking videos, I always end up eating past 8, like 8:10, 8:30, you know, along those lines, and I hate eating past that time. And I know this time is gonna happen again, so for those who don't know, like I said, I'm just gonna have some tea, and I'm going to get my workout in. Let's get the sweet potato in the pot finally, right? So I'm putting the sweet potato in the pot. I feel like this is not enough water. You know what? I feel like it was enough water and then I just let it boil way too long. And it's like the water went down. But I feel like the water is going up because of the sweet potatoes. So never mind what I just said. Okay, I need to add some more water in here. Let me do that. Okay, so I added a little bit more water in here. I just felt like it still wasn't enough and I wasn't satisfied. Don't worry about whatever's floating in there. Like I said, I washed the potatoes before I did everything. And plus we're going to like empty out the water and all that after. You know what? You guys will see when the time comes, but for now, I just add a little bit more water, put the potatoes in here. I have my lid. I have my lid. Voila. So you guys saw a close-up of me putting the sweet potatoes in the pot. You saw me add a little bit more water in there because it wasn't enough. I let it boil too much before I added in the sweet potato because I was talking to you guys too much, okay? So yeah, so that is doing its thing right now. Just to let you know, I didn't put any butter or olive oil inside the pot that the sweet potato is boiling. We don't need to do that because it's gonna get dumped out anyways, okay? And as I'm cooking the vegetables and all that in this pot, I'm gonna keep checking on the pot of sweet potato to make sure it's soft enough, and that's when you know it's ready. Now I already put the oil inside this pot over here, and I see the heat coming out. So what I'm gonna do is add my orange bell pepper, white onions, and the garlic. I'm gonna pour that in right now, okay? Hear that sizzle? That's giving me life right now, man. Oh my god. Woo! Okay. We dump that in there. And we're going to stir it a bit, okay? And it smells so good. Okay, I can give you guys a close-up of this. So here's the close-up of the white potato, the garlic, the orange bell pepper, and it smells so good. And I put the olive oil in here. Okay, I forgot to mention, or did I already mention it? So there's olive oil in here, okay? So that's doing its thing. That looks so beautiful. Okay. Okay, and we're also going to add the chickpeas next, okay? Just gonna dump the chickpeas in there. And I'm stirring it around a bit. So here's the chickpeas up close, and I'm just stirring this around a bit, okay? I have to be so careful, it's like wobbling everywhere. So there it is. And what I'm going to do is take my pot and what I'm going to do is take my lid and voila. Okay, so I took my lid and I covered that food. Chickpeas does not take long to make. It does not take long to make. So again, we have to keep checking on the chickpeas until it gets soft, and that's when we can incorporate the other ingredients. But right now, let's check on the sweet potato. The sweet potato is still hard. It's not ready yet. This is doing its thing. We'll keep an eye on it. I'll be back. Okay, so now I'm going to check on the chickpeas. Let's see how that's going, okay? Got my oven mitts. It smells really good. It smells really good. I didn't even add any spices in it yet, but let's just see. The chickpeas needs to get a little bit more soft, so in the meantime, we're going to cover it back up and we're going to check the sweet potatoes. Okay, I feel like the sweet potato is starting to get soft. I can feel it. It's like squishy like, but it still feels like it needs a little bit more cooking to do, softening up to do. So I'll let it do that. And I need my stuff here so that I can dump the water out in there when this is done, since it's almost done. Can we check on the chickpeas again? Yeah, it's ready. It's good enough. Okay. Let me see. It's like starting to like brown. Look. Soft enough. Okay, so we're going to add the tuna in, okay? Let's do that. So I added the tuna in, and I'm just going to stir this around. I need 2 hands, but you guys get the gist, right? I'm just going to stir the tuna around, okay? I'm going to add a little bit more of olive oil in this pot over here. And I'm going to stir it around again. Next, we're going to add in the green peas. So whatever left I have here, I'm just going to dump it all in. One got away, sadly. Not really sadly, but it doesn't want to get eaten. So I added the green peas in. I'll just mix it up a bit, or try to with one hand at least. And the last thing I'm going to add is the callaloo, the fresh callaloo. Look how green it is. That has a lot of vitamins in there, a lot of iron-packed callaloo. The darker the green, the better. So let's dump that in there. There's the callaloo that I just dumped in there, and again I'm going to mix this all together, okay? It smells really good! Oh my gosh! That's what it looks like, all mixed up together. It smells so good. You guys have to make this. I can't wait to eat it. Check that out. What we're going to do next is add the butter. We're going to add some butter, okay? We're going to add some butter up in here. So here's my butter. And when I add this sweet potato in there, I need to add some more butter. I just want that extra flavor. So there's the butter, okay? And I'm going to again mix that all in. So I have this stove on high because I know how this stove is. Now just put it like medium, because vegetables you don't really need to cook because you don't want to cook out all the nutrients, right? So just like heat it up kind of thing. We're going to add some sea salt in next. I can't do a close-up with this one, but I'm just doing this, okay? And again, I stir. Okay, so I'm going to turn the stove off for now. Just let the heat do its thing, and I'm going to cover it with the lid because I feel like the sweet potato is done now. So I'm going to dump the water out in the drainer that I showed you. Take the skin off. I'm going to make sure I cool it off so I don't burn my hands, right? Take the skin off. If there's any like blackness from what you saw, if there's any blackness on it, I am going to take that off too. And then I'll show you what I do after that, okay? So I'll be back because you guys pretty much got the gist, okay? I hope. So I'm just cooling off the sweet potato so I can easily take the skin off and not burn my hand. I just peel the potato skins off and I just dump the potatoes in like so. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing afterwards is mashing out the potato with my spoon. And I guess we can also use the fork. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing next. I already explained in the close-up shot that I'm going to mash out the sweet potato with the wooden spoon and the fork. And I'm also going to stir everything together at the same time, okay? You see those fork lines? I'm just going like so to just mash out the potatoes as smooth as I can, okay? This is how I do my sweet mashed potato. I'm going to use my spoon now and combine everything together. So I have to put the camera down, but you guys get the gist. So as I'm stirring everything, the stove is off, it's not on. When I'm ready to put the spices in, I'm going to turn it on, but I'm going to put it on, I guess medium would be fine, close to low, because everything's pretty much cooked. You just want to combine everything, right? So I'm going to taste this before I put the seasoning. It smells so good. So here's the fork. I'm the only one eating this, okay? So double dipping, it doesn't matter here because it's just me. So so don't judge me. Thank you. So I have my food here. Let's taste. This is before I add all the spices, okay? Oh my gosh, it tastes so good. I don't need spices. But it does at the same time because I love flavor. So we're going to turn this stove on. You know what? It's on, yeah. We'll just leave it at medium. No, actually going to put it at, according to my stove, 4 is right here. So I'm going to put it at 4, okay? Good enough. What's next? What is next? We're going to add some more sea salt. So I add my sea salt in. We don't need no more. I'll just put that away. I'm going to add some more butter. Vegan butter. This is vegan, okay? Vegetarian. You can make this plant-based, vegan, without the tuna. I did it before. It tastes just fine. I just wanted to try it with the tuna. I added my butter. I feel like that's enough butter. I'll put this away. We want to add paprika. No, this is not Montreal steak spice. This is paprika, okay? And I don't use steak spice, okay? My grandmother gave me some paprika and put it in a Montreal steak spice clubhouse spice shaker. So, as much as you want, okay, that's enough. How many shakes was that? I'm gonna say roughly 4 shakes, roughly, I think. I just eyeball everything, okay? I just eyeball everything. I don't do measurements, I don't do all that. Eyeball, if it's good on the palate, it's good. Next is some jerk seasoning. You can put a lot if you love the kick, or you can put a little just for a little bit of kick. This is enough right here. Some Italian seasoning is next. I have it in this little baggie here. I went to Bulk Barn to get this, to get my seasonings. And of course I use it a lot, so it's almost done. Okay. I'm just sprinkling it in. That's enough. I need to get some more Italian seasoning. I'll just use this to... Finally is the pesto. The pesto. Pesto makes everything taste good. So I'm just stirring this up a bit. It's a little bit liquidy at the top. And I just plop the pesto in as much as you want. I'm just going to use the rest of it. I'll just dump it all in. So here's all the ingredients up close that I just put in. Now I'm going to mix everything up. I'm going to combine all of this up. This looks so yummy. Yes. It smells so good. It's done, you guys. It's done. The food is done. Food is finished. That's what it looks like. I know it looks a bit crazy right now, but trust me, I think it's because of the lighting. There we go. Doesn't that look so good? I mixed everything together. So I'm going to plate this and we're going to try this out together, okay? So now I'm going to plate what I have. The lovely sweet mashed potato with callaloo and all that greatness, and we're going to taste it together. I told you guys up close, but I need to tell you guys to the camera so you can see my body, okay? Not just my voice. So let's plate it. Here's the food plated, and there's my tea. This is decaffeinated green tea. I love my green tea with some brown sugar, real brown cane sugar, okay? And my food. So you guys got an up close of my wonderfully made with love mashed sweet potato with callaloo, green peas, orange bell peppers, white onions, garlic, paprika, butter, extra virgin olive oil, some sea salt. What else did we put in here? Chickpeas, all that greatness all up in here. And it didn't even take long to make. Because I'm filming, it took really long, but other than that, it doesn't take long to make because I made it before, but without the tuna. So let's try this. And my tea is over there, so you know I'm not just talking. I actually do have tea. When I eat late, when I eat past a certain time, I always make sure I have tea. And then after that, digest a bit, and I'm going to get my workout in. I already worked out today, but I want to work out again. Okay, so let's eat this. Oh my gosh. I always say oh my gosh after I'm done trying out the food. It's because it tastes so good. I never used jerk seasoning and pesto together in this dish. Last time I made it, I used all this minus the jerk seasoning, minus the tuna. So the tuna and the jerk seasoning is what's new to this dish, and it tastes really good. Oh my gosh. I might as well eat the whole plate. On camera so you guys can see. But this is so yummy. So yummy. I have to slow down. Oh my gosh. It tastes that good. So good, so good, so good. So good, so tasty. I am most likely going back for seconds. It tastes that good, healthy, nutritious. Try it yourself, you'll love it. You can make this your staple dish. You don't need mayonnaise and all that bad stuff when you make mashed potatoes, okay? Especially sweet mashed potatoes, because that's what we're aiming for. Nutritious, healthy, yes, yes, yes. Cool, simple vegetarian eats. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I most definitely enjoyed making this food and eating it. That's the best part, eating, right? And my tea, of course. So please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I have to clean up. This is bothering me just looking at it. But anyways, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And remember, I ain't going nowhere. Hold on. There's food. Okay. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. No. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Shanu Couture.